Hey guys, this is Jordan from JFM Boxing Club in Marina del Rey, California. We're here to teach you how to wrap your hands so you're ready to train. All right guys, there's two halves to this. So the first half is wrist, knuckles, and between the fingers. And how we get there, we're gonna start with our palm down. We're gonna go over the top, very important. We're gonna go 3 times around the wrist. So I started a little bit lower and went up a little bit higher as each one went by. And then we're gonna go 3 times around the knuckles. But to cross over, you wanna make sure you cross on top. Don't cross underneath, you wanna cross on top. We're gonna use as much padding on top as you can get. And then we're gonna go around our knuckles. We don't wanna go around our knuckles with our fingers together. It's gonna make it too tight when we wanna make a fist. We're gonna make our fingers wide. We're gonna go around the knuckles. And as you're doing this, make sure that you're covering the knuckles, like right in the center, and not like in the middle of your hand. It's not gonna be doing much for you. And then 3 wrist, 3 knuckles, and we're gonna go down and around through each finger. So again, we'll cross on top and go through each finger. And make sure this is a little bit snug, so this is a little tight right here. This can get really sloppy and loose if you don't keep it snug here. All right, so after we go through each fingers, we're gonna enter the second half. We're gonna make sure we hit our wrist, keep all of the ones between your fingers in place. Then over the thumb, back around to your knuckles to keep some tension. And then here we're gonna alternate between the wrist and the knuckles, depending on what you need more. So if you're needing a little more wrist support, we're gonna put more on the wrist, we're gonna do a little more knuckles, but I'm just gonna do 2 and 2. So we're gonna go 2 on the wrist, 2 on the knuckles. We're gonna alternate, and when we cross, we're still gonna cross on top. And the whole time, if you can, try to keep your hands open. That way it doesn't make it too tight. So as you can see, I'm hitting with 2 straps, and then after, I cross on top. Bang. And you do this until it's over. Like I said, if you want more on the wrist, do more on the wrist, more knuckles and more knuckles. And at the very end, you always want to finish on the wrist. So if you do one more extra loop on the wrist, that's okay. So we just gotta make sure the last bit's on the wrist. And then what you want to look for is that you got these 2 little holes here, and make sure you cover your knuckles right in the center. Make sure it's at your wrist, the wrist support. If you put all your support down here, it's not really helping you keep your hand as one solid. Holes, covering your knuckles, good wrist, straight wrist, ready to box. So there's more than one way to wrap your hands. This is just one way you can do it for training. For competing, it's a little bit different. You want to use gauze and tape. For training, how we showed you, you can get it done quick, conventional way. Side note, when you're rolling your wraps up, you want to make sure you end with a loop at the end. So when you're rolling your wraps up, start with the Velcro side, fold it in half once more, and then roll away. And then you'll finish with the loop at the end. And then that way you'll have your wrap ready to go.